Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm Kurt Welbeck. On today's show, we're in northwest Wisconsin, fishing with our buddies Damien and Dax. Now today we're going to be jigging for panfish, primarily bluegills and crappies. But in addition, Damien is going to set out a few iFish pros looking for largemouth bass. Like many lakes in this area of Wisconsin, they're jam-packed full of largemouth. So with any luck, we'll be able to put some largemouth and some very good panfish on the ice here in northwest Wisconsin. Crappie.
Second crappie of the day. Just your average Wisconsin cookie cutter. Well, if this is a crappie, it's a world record.
Obviously.
Popped right out.
There we go.
There you go. That's where all our bluegills went.
There we go. Boy, I tell you, we've really had to kind of work to find fish here. We've drilled a lot of holes, we've moved around a bit. Ooh, coming up here, caught up in my transducer. There we go. We've really had to slide around and even use underwater camera to kind of figure out where these fish are and what they're doing. So, pretty little fish, not a keeper, a little pumpkin seed, but we'll get him back.
Oh, I thought it was a lot bigger than that. That'll do though. It's a 12-incher. So we're just working a small basin and it comes up here gradually into a small, like 7-8 foot flat. These fish are just out here cruising the basin here midday. Probably start sliding up here as the sun goes down. Just got a nice little 12-inch crappie, 10-inch crappie or so. It's a good little start for the afternoon here. Crappie. Well, it's been a little slow with the panfish here. We found a little pot of fish, so we decided to put some tip-ups out. I've had 2 tip-ups out now for maybe 5 minutes. Caught a little 1.5-pounder and it's about a 3-pounder. Pretty good largemouth for the winter. Yeah, all I'm running, just running 2 split shots to a leader and a treble hook. That's it, nothing too special. Little time fillers, chasing flags. There he goes. Cool. Got a shiner. I just take it right in front of the dorsal fin here. I don't know how well you can see that. Take it in front of the dorsal fin just below the spine. Out. Try to angle that hook a little towards the head because the fish, they'll come in, they'll grab it head first usually. To a leader because we might run into some pike. A couple split shots and that's all you need to chase some flags for the afternoon. The iFish Pro has, this is your stop basically. It'll come down to a bobber stop. It'll act as your holder like on a normal tip up. So drop her down. There is a little bobber stop that will hold this red piece. That holds your depth. Then you just bring her down just like a normal tip up would. Hook her in here, put your flag down. And then I like to use the drag if it's warm out. Today we got like mid-20s for temp, so it doesn't freeze up. So I just put the drag to really loose, and the fish can just start pulling. And that's an easy setup.
On. That feels like a real one. It's a transducer out here. You never know if you got a big gill or big crappie. Oh, there we go. There's a nice pumpkin seed there. There's a dandy pumpkin seed. Look at the bellies, they're just pretty. That's a big one. Probably 8.5, 9 incher.
Chasing these suckers all day. Another pound, 1.5-pounder. Baby.
You can't handle the pressure.
No. There.
You can grab the guy and wrestle him out with it. Starting to mark a few more fish. Damien just had a bass on. I got something good on there. Might be caught in the transducer. Oh yeah, there's a nice bluegill. Dandy. That's a nice one there. That's all of that's definitely a 9 incher. Right there, that's a beauty. And my trusty little combo there, that's a Northland Tungsten Fireball and a P3 Plastics Copy. So there is a nice 9-inch bluegill right there. Bite's starting to pick up a little bit. Hopefully it keeps going.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Cold Nation Outdoors and Mountain Dew.
Transducer out here. It's always in the way when you're fighting big bluegills. There's a real one. There's a nice bluegill there. Probably 8.5-er. Get a little high pressure move in. So I just switched the oak bait to the live bait. That is a dandy bluegill.
Sun is starting to touch the horizon right now. It's just starting to go down, and boy, the marks are showing up, and there's some active fish coming up off the bottom here. Here we go. So typically when I panfish and I'm out looking for fish, I'm hole hopping around trying to find active fish, I will typically use a search bait. In this case, it's a heavier tungsten jig. Just because I want to get to the bottom, I'll load it up with some wax worms or spikes. I want to get down there, see if there's active fish. If there's not, on to the next hole. Once I find active fish, then I will refine my presentation. In some cases, it may mean switching up baits. It may mean going away from live bait and going to a plastic, or in this case, going with a little bit smaller bait. Now, here I found some active fish. They're down there. They weren't biting the tungsten. They would chase it, but they wouldn't bite it. So I've gone to a real small tungsten bullfly jig, a real small profile jig, put just a real small spike on the end to see if I can get them to bite. So one of the things about a small profile jig is even though it's tungsten, it goes down into the water column a whole lot slower. That's why I like to use the bigger tungsten for my search baits and the smaller ones to refine the presentation. There we go. Small bluegill, not a keeper by any means, but tells me they're down there and they're active.
These fish are on fire right now. We had to weed through some all day. High pressure system rolled through, but this is why you wait till the last hour of daylight. These bluegills, crappies, will fire up, and sometimes it's as fast as you can get it down.
Oh, there he bit it. He wants to pull. Look at that bluegill. That's incredible. You know, you can tell it's a bluegill right away. They just go round and round the hole with your line, but look at that, just pulling. Ton of fun and great in the fry pan.
Yeah, we started here this morning, biting really good. Big south wind today, we knew that. So we moved to a couple other spots, shallow weeds, big flat with weeds on it. Then we came back to our starting spot hoping that they'd load up. And we've been having triples for the past half hour, 45 minutes. That's kind of typical of high pressure days on shallow water bluegills. Sometimes their bite windows shrink a lot. And so you just gotta go to your most high percentage spots and just hope that they show up. And they're right on cue with today. Damien was here on Saturday. I was here right after New Year's. And they're biting really well. Unfortunately, it took all day, but we're having a blast now. And we're gonna try to keep setting the hook until the very end. That's kind of what we do.
See if he wants to come up and meet this bullfly jig. Oh, and I missed him. He came up and ate it, but he's still there, so I may get another crack at him. We'll see what happens here. Pretty good sized mark. It's See if I can get him to turn and start following. Here he comes. He's a little bit leery. Doesn't know if he wants to bite it or not. There he is. He decided he wanted to bite it. There we go. Now that is exactly what we're looking for. Just a beautiful Northwest Wisconsin bluegill. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. And you can see he just inhaled that bullfly jig. So again, refining your presentation, using the old tried and true tungsten, heavy, lot of meat on it to find active fish. And then once we found those fish and they didn't want to hit, just refined it a little bit, downsized to this bullfly jig by VMC, and they're all over it. But there's more down there, so I'm gonna see if we can pick up a couple more.
So one of the things I like to do with my jig, see it's sitting kind of vertical now, I'll just take that jig and I'll pull the knot down. That will make this jig sit more horizontal in the water, looks more appealing to a fish. I feel like it gets me a couple more bites throughout the day, so give that a try next time you're out.
Coming up for it. There he is. He decided he wanted to bite. Look at that. Another just beautiful bluegill. They're a lot of fun to catch. You know, we've talked on the show before about big bull bluegills and really releasing those big ones back into the water. You know, everybody loves to catch those big 9-inch and maybe even 10-inch bull bluegills, but I tell you what, those are not the ones we typically want to take home for dinner. A lot of these that are in that 7-8-inch range, perfect for the dinner plate, but those big bulls protect the nest, and that's what's important. When we get into the spawn time of year, those females come in, lay the eggs, and then those big bulls will actually monitor that nest and protect that nest to keep it from predation. So those big bulls we want to put back into the water. So the next time you're out bluegill fishing, catch those nice 9-inch and 10-inch bulls, take a photo, release them back, and take some of these 7 and 8-inch females home, and they'll be great on the dinner plate.
Pretty one. Nothing better than sunset bluegills. Plenty more down there. Get after them.
Dax is over there, he just released one. I just caught a probably 8.5-inch bluegill, not a bad one.
Oh my gosh. Just loaded. Oh man. I mean, what better? I mean, that's just a solid 8-9-inch bluegill. Eating like no tomorrow. Nothing better. Good buddies, beautiful day. You always fish till the end, you never really know. But we grinded today, and this last hour has been nothing more than spectacular. Just been a blast.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Markham Technologies and Venom Outdoors.
There's a couple marks a little higher in the water column, and I love that because that usually means crappies. So let's see if I can, yep, he's onto it. He's onto it, come on. Usually when you see marks up in the water column like that, that usually means crappie. And I love it because I love to catch crappies. And sure enough, it's exactly what we got now. This one's not a keeper, so we'll return him to the water quick.
Well, Kurt was talking about fishing high in the water column. I got the same, I got his buddy.
Look at that.
3-4 feet off the bottom and zoom right in.
Isn't that crazy? It's, you know, we've been loaded up with bluegills, and all of a sudden now you can see on my graph I've got 3 or 4 fish there.
Solid fish.
Just anywhere from a foot off to 4 feet off. So.
Yeah.
What a ton of fun.
It was a grinder today, but I mean, we're making it happen.
We made it work. Dax, thanks again for taking us out. Appreciate it.
It was a
lot.
blast. Damien, he found a good spot. We worked a couple other spots today. It was a little windy today, but at the end of the day, it's a fabulous day. It really is.
Made it all worthwhile, that's for sure.
Catching fish with good buddies, nothing better than that.
You bet. Awesome. Folks, we hope that you'll join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing from around the U.S., from around Canada, and from around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV. There's more down there.
Oh, gosh.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Ice Force by Rapala and Strike Master.
Little baby.
Oh, that is tiny.
Oh.
I'm going to get another chance, I can guarantee it.
Hey, Damien, I caught your fish. Oh, dropped it right there.
Hurry up, Zach, damn it.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Otter and PK Lures.